That's the angle on that camera.
This is pretty good. You never know.
What?
The kid just called me, so I fucked up.
Kid.
Classic.
Unbelievable. Is it gonna jump back in?
No, just do your welcome.
Here it is.
Oh.
It's jumping back in. Perfect. Thanks, kid. Welcome to turn off the thing there. You, the kid, hey kid, new kid on the block. That's what we're gonna call you now, Rich. Welcome to the Adam Dunn Show. I am your host, Adam Dunn.
I'm your co-host, Mitch Janasa, standing in for the kid.
And doing an excellent job.
And we're doing a really good replica of the kid.
Yeah, you did a good job. You forgot the thing, just like
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Good job. And we got a bike in your seat.
I'm Mitch today.
You're Mitch. You're the new Mitch.
So we have 9 people in the chat room instead of 100. And I gotta hop on a laptop and make sure we're on the web, because I didn't update our site.
There
Dude,
we go.
I feel like I did all this 2 days ago for the ADSI award show.
You're not going to be able to do that though, because the laptop does not have Wi-Fi access.
How do you know what access my laptop has?
Well, if you have it, then I better have it. So hook it up.
Not how it works all.
We got Jason from Dark Horse sitting in over here, and usually where Crunchy would probably sit, if Crunchy was sitting over here. Because that's
No, that's Bike's usual.
Oh, yeah, wait, we're doing, it's completely
Musical chairs today. Musical
chairs.
Oh, we got 13 in the chat room now. They're showing up.
Oh, they're gonna
We
build.
got
It's gonna
Crunchy,
build.
we got Crunchy in the studio.
What up?
Crunchy's back in the game.
Return to Crunch.
Yay, crunch.
King of the trap.
Yeah, I'm surprised you survived the weekend with all that trapping you were doing.
Lord trapping.
You didn't even see us. You didn't even see us on. We were scoping you out at one point. No?
Oh yes.
Oh, downtown. You were.
We were clocking your
We were
game.
following you around. It was pretty
For real?
fun. For real.
Where?
For about half a block. Yo, can we get that camera? The camera is looking directly at that
Metal bar
that metal
there,
thing,
yeah.
That's a good look.
Heavy metal edition.
This is the heavy metal bar.
Yeah, I'm not in the picture, but that thing is.
How are we looking now?
We're getting there.
We're moving. Everything is going forward. So, and we got Nick Vitus sneaky, slyly in the corner. Barely.
Dude, is it Vitus or Vitus? Like, I just Vitus. I thought it was Vitus. Bike says Vitus.
I say Vitas. I
He
always
says
will.
everything wrong. What do you think? He's from Franklin, Massachusetts.
So what you do is you lowered the camera to the right thing, and then you put it completely back to the exact same place it was.
He's getting the tape.
It's like a total delay
He's ending
thing
this.
going on
It's
there.
finishing
Yeah.
this is a total new upgrade as we're working it through.
Yeah, guys. So we had torn down the studio to bring it to the Adam Dunn Show Awards. Adam Dunn Show Invitational Awards Show.
Yes.
One day we'll get a mobile studio. We wanted to do that.
And we had and it's the 420 weekend, and it's tough to get everything back in where it's supposed to be. So we were, what, like an hour and a half late, it looks like. So
Thereabouts,
we're going to give you the
Not even under hour and 26 minutes.
Not even.
So we'll give you an extra hour and 26 on the back end there. So
Chat room capacity is already doubled.
good. There you go. It's great when you start with the low numbers. You can double it.
Yeah, we don't usually get to do that. That's good luck.
Exponentially.
Just talk about doubling. And then we have, we're going to do like recup, as we call it, the recup. Check out.
I can't recup my touch cup because I was too busy with that cup.
We'll talk mostly about our cup product.
All right.
We know more about that one than we
So
know.
Jason's in camera, but we're still too high.
Too high. Too low.
Keep going. Whoa.
You know, you're never going to get rid of your bald spot. It's impossible.
No, no.
That's not. You're not going to sit here.
But that doesn't need to be the bottom of the corner. Like, my back could be part of it as well.
So, and we had obviously the ADSI we want to talk about, which now we have your breakdown, which is awesome.
Yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and post that up.
Look at the delay on that.
I'm going to show invitational brackets.
And now you can read it too. It's awesome. Because before it was just like.
It was my chicken scratch, and it was just my chicken scratch of cards and suits, not like what it was.
Right. So it was very confusing, but now it's all clear, which is awesome. This is, I think, probably the first time that's been done where it's out the next day or whatever, where you can actually see where you rank.
I saw it on Facebook this morning.
That's where I released it.
Dunn Show Facebook, yeah. If you want to check it out.
What'd you think, buddy?
It was cool to see the bracket. It's funny because the JJ's Nige is what band I went up to first, and I thought the Nige was like one of the best there.
Yeah, no, you went up against some stiff competition.
No doubt, but everybody there was stiff competition. That was so cool about it.
Yeah.
Like this cup was.
Can you raise Jason's mic so he's talking into the front of it? Yep.
There you go.
This cup.
You can't do it.
That's it. You sound beautiful.
Front?
No, top, right there.
Right there.
Right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Here we go. This cup I thought was probably the coolest event I've ever been a part of. I want to say thanks for inviting you guys. Literally, to put all these people in one room. I think I read one of Riot's comments on my Facebook. So I put all these people in a room and no punches were thrown, and everybody was cool about it. It was really a pretty humbling experience to sit there with all these people. And like I said, you didn't necessarily know who everybody was when you first walked in the room, but by the end of it, everybody kind of loosened up. I don't know, 12 hours of smoking amazing ganj later, everyone's pretty loosened up and friendly, and I thought it was an amazing, smashing success.
Yeah, no, it was definitely the highlight of a lot of people's weekends, I think, which was always a good...
At the end of it, everybody kind of loosened up. I don't know, 12 hours of smoking amazing ganj later, everyone's pretty loosened up and friendly, and I thought it was an amazing, smashing success.
Yeah, no, it was definitely the highlight of a lot of people's weekends, I think, which was always a good...
The end.
I don't know why or what, it's just like...
I'll vent here for a second. This cup was the Cali Cup, straight up. Colorado was not allowed to participate.
No, you're not talking about our cup.
No, I'm talking about High Times Cup. So therefore, this cup became the official cup, and it was by far cooler than what High Times put together this year. I mean, I'm from Colorado. I love this city, but this was not our cup. I mean, this was a California Cup. I'm talking about High Times here. High Times Cup was the California Cup this year.
Because they didn't. Anyone who had a Colorado license kind of got screwed.
Yeah, couldn't participate.
Yeah.
Couldn't bend. Couldn't really do anything. And you see California come to Colorado, and basically, I have a store in California. I'm not a California hater. I just love Denver, and I want to see Denver represent what we do best, and that just wasn't available or wasn't allowed to happen this year.
Yeah,
it was frustrating.
I mean, it was MED's fault, obviously. It wasn't
absolutely.
It wasn't High Times' fault, but it was definitely kind of like weird that that we couldn't kind of get enough people in to...
Right. But ADSI saved the day, I feel like. You know what I mean? Especially for us, because it's like we can't really participate. And
we had the opposite effect, where it was two Colorado top dogs, and they were organic, and there was, no... Because the problem is a lot of those things, the really shitty part is more... It's not so much for the event itself, it's for the people coming to Colorado that can't get any of the things they want, you know what I mean? Because they're like, okay, so I'm here. Oh, I need to go to California to get the winners of the Colorado Cup. Yeah. So there's like no... It doesn't help Colorado, you know what I mean?
So I think we got the volume fixed on the live stream. Apologies for that, guys. Hopefully the kid will text Adam back if I didn't do it right.
I also didn't like the way that they split up the categories on flower, where it was like Colorado and then everyone else. Yeah. Like, it's not fair to compete against several other states.
Right. Yeah.
Well, no, I think it was...
I mean, like, instead of competing, everyone should compete against each other no matter where it's being held.
Right.
You shouldn't be like, well, they got home field advantage, so they get their own category, and then you guys can come in and compete against each other.
Sure.
I don't know. I kind of almost think that could work if it was... Then we would have had a Colorado winner of whatever. I don't think they actually followed that totally to the T. It was sort of like both categories seemed to be muddled, you know what I mean? Where it's like, okay.
But I think the big winner of the night was Scott with Rare Dankness. So, Colorado boy. At the High Times.
Oh, at High Times, you mean?
High Times.
Yeah, no, for sure. We had some wins. There were some, and I mean, there was a few that were just, again, sweep. The thing about the Cup is whenever it's a sweep like that, and it's just like, it's kind of, there's something weird about that. That always makes me wonder if you can't win every category.
Sure, like an MMJ America or a Green Solution.
It's like unless it's, especially when there is.
Especially when Green Solution is one of the places that was on the list. I think MMJ America.
Both of them were on the list.
MMJ America has
poison.
They've done the intake for the last couple of years. MMJ
I know, but they were both on the list of places that had sprayed like bad pesticides on their crops, Eagle 20 and shit. So the High Times judges love Eagle 20. They love the taste of it. Obviously,
fucking MMJ America sponsored the event. High Times Cannabis Cup brought to you by MMJ America and Eagle 20. Fucking bullshit. I'll say it. It's bullshit.
Yeah, Jason said it, not me.
Hey, yeah, exactly. Hands off.
I still get in there for free.
The views of the participants of this show
do not necessarily
reflect the Adam Dunn Show. Just throw that out there.
Yep, we got to do a panel at the Cup. That was pretty sweet. Right after our own thing, so we were all
pumped up. It was good. It was straight out of the door in traffic. I mean, it was definitely pretty ridiculous with the construction going on up there too. It was like, oh my god, a 10-minute trip is now 45 minutes, and you're watching people walk past the car, and you're like, oh, this is not going to work. So we lost about half the panel. I think we were about halfway through. But we livened it up. We definitely
they extended it because of how much we livened it up. It went like 20, 25 minutes extra.
That's good. See, we came in. We were just like boom, boom. But we had We had Kyle Cushman, DJ Short, Dunn from DNA, and
that was it. Danny Danko was hosting it,
and Mark Christmas from Highland Hell. Was it Highland Healing? Or which was it? What's the name of that one?
Oh, you're right. There were more people there than I remember.
See,
not everything's just about you, man.
He's like, it was just me up there.
That was a side effect from you guys' transportation.
And it was funny because they put us on both ends, so we were like, one Mitch was on.
Yeah, they were like,
you guys totally overtook the conversation, talking to each other
across everyone.
Much, yeah.
Across, we were like, take the mics from everyone and just like,
of course. But no, it went well. You actually, I'd have to say, Mitch dropped some pretty good knowledge on everybody. The best was give him the vapor
pressure deficit,
VPD, right? So like he explains vapor deficit. What is it?
Vapor pressure deficit.
Exactly. None of us on the panel know what the fuck he's talking about. It's just something he's pulled out of his ass, basically. And all of a sudden, they re-ask the question. And
later in the panel's like, so does anyone use VPD?
And all the panel just goes. The whole panel went like, this guy actually listened, and he actually told, came back at us, and none of us, none of the other people were actually paying attention. That just shows, right?
Well, I think it's. I didn't know it was that common that there was an acronym for it. Like I know it's a thing,
but now you know.
Now we all know.
One day we'll do a whole show on that.
Sometimes the teacher becomes the student.
So it worked out, and the third day was, it was kind of half-hearted is what it was. It was it was a Monday. 420 kind of sucked on a Monday, I would have to say.
420, guys.
It's not a Monday.
Anticlimactic.
I like the idea of the...
Conceptually long weekend.
You could have done it if you played it out right, but it just seemed like everybody was so burned.
It would be better to have started it earlier than end it later, I feel like.
Well, yeah, but you can't change the date. That's the problem. That was the whole point, is working on the day. I like the idea of being dedicated and doing something on the day, though, because I think it sucks if, you hate when they move holidays. Like, what's on Saturday this year? You're like, no, pretty sure Halloween's on a fucking 1st.
It's on a Wednesday. It's on a Wednesday next year. That's going to be even worse. Middle of the week.
The Cup is?
The 420 is on
that's
Wednesday.
Perfect, because that's our day. We're going to be like, Wednesday.
Why don't we just call every third Monday of April 420?
There you go.
No matter what date it is.
Boom.
Yeah, let's get totally sick of it.
Yeah, let's burn that one out.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Well, also interesting to see that it felt weird, the numbers of people, because it felt like there was less.
Because it was spread out way more.
But there was more.
Was that the problem, Bike? Was it more spread out?
I don't think it was a problem. I think that was the solution. Because last year was elbow to elbow smash time.
Yeah, that's how we like it. Haven't you been to any of our events ever? That's how me and Adam do it. Makes it seem packed. You get 40 people in there, and it seems packed.
Yeah. Put mirrors on all the walls, and then you're like, wow, this is a huge crowd, bro. Thousands of people.
This sort of room to walk bullshit. What are you, cattle?
But yeah, they were happier at the because I was one of the as usual one of the last people there, and one of the first people there because I was dealing with the fucking big show before.
Did you get your tent back?
Yeah, I got my tent back. It's in the truck right outside, sitting in the truck outside. So basically, I was talking to the organizers of the Denver Mart, and they were definitely happy with this year. They were like, much better this year, guys. So looks like they're pretty happy with the Cup being there. It was better at the Cup, I guess, than it was over here at Cervantes, because I heard that was a shit show as far as smoking and stuff. Everyone was getting kicked out, and
they lost their liquor license off 420 in the streets.
And they lost their liquor license.
Whoa! Cervantes lost their liquor.
They had it in the streets. I'm speculating. I don't know facts, but I know they did. You couldn't drink liquor in the streets halfway through, and it's not the bar, but their permit for the streets party they lost.
So here's what I'm saying: the first place that loses their liquor license, we finally have a weed bar, guys. That's all it takes. Is like someone to be like, you know what? Fuck it, we don't sell that much beer anyway. $20 cover to come in here and
Problem
smoke.
is, most places do sell a pretty good amount of beer, so they'd be like, "Yeah, this is a pain in the ass. A lot harder to make because they can't sell weed. Obviously, they're not going to just be able to go."
Well, that's what they busted.
They did.
Did you read
this Potter's Club? Yeah, that got busted. There's a lot. I mean, there was a lot of. Oh yeah.
I guess I'm gonna have to find. I guess I'm gonna have to find news.
Yeah, just to highlight, just give us some. You find that? Find it.
But no, Denver PD kind of went around everywhere, as far as I'm aware. They went to like all the local spots. I don't want to drop any names because those are the cool spots, but they went to all those spots and basically said, Vice went in there and said, there will be no smoking here tonight. If you smoked, you'll lose your liquor license. We're sending undercovers in. And
even people who didn't have liquor licenses.
Yeah, it just jammed up.
Still going to lose it.
You lose your
They moved
non-existent liquor license.
I saw the cops toss a kid into a stack of folding chairs at the Ogden because they accused him of smoking weed.
So yeah, it got a little crazy.
I don't even smoke weed. And they threw him against the chairs. I was like, oh shit.
Denver got a little crazy this year.
Yeah, it was definitely heavy-handed. It felt like, and it was. I think what I'm hoping and what I was hoping while I was going down, I was like, well, the worse they are, hopefully the bigger the return backlash after from the smartest people who are out there who say, well, wait a minute, let's just document all this bullshit they did. Good job. Now pull it back. Yeah.
I was kind of just testing it. I didn't have any news ready yet.
Well, that was news that we were just talking about, right?
Yeah.
Fair
Sure.
enough. Sort of. Uh-oh.
Kid's mad.
Google always. Oh, he's on it. He's just.
The kid's saying, "Oh, you can't use news."
Said sounds great because it did.
Good. Oh well.
Good. Yeah,
I guess I got myself a new job.
The torch.
Denver cops raid POTUS grassroots pot clubs on 420 weekend.
Ouch.
Over 420 weekend, the Denver Police Department tweeted that cops weren't hating. Did you see that tweet?
That was bullshit.
A little music.
We're not hating.
We see you rolling. We ain't hating, but we're going to bust you. But they issued approximately 160 citations at Civic Center Park anyhow. Most of them for public consumption. What did you do it outside the line? Is there a boundary where
there's a fence? It's like a.
It's usually what they do, but this year was different. I don't know.
Turns out that officers were busy at two other locations, a pair of alleged pot clubs that were reportedly subjected to undercover raids. The venues in question are POTUS Club at 1395 Alameda Avenue and Grassroots Break Room at 2209 Larimer Street. Multiple people were cited at both locations.
Really?
Yep.
Grassroots really ain't worth going to cop or not. I mean, the break room.
As for POTUS, police maintain that it's a pot club, a venue that allows people to publicly consume marijuana. Mayor Hancock has long been one of the most vocal opponents of such clubs. In 2013, Hancock said, "I don't believe it's wise to open the door even wider for people to move about our public from a private club to their private home while consuming marijuana. And the more we restrict it, to me, the more safe our community will be. There's no reason we need to open up that Pandora's box when the law doesn't speak to it."
The guy who just was about to be reelected saying that, actually.
And actually what he says after is, "I propose and advocate for the most restrictive regulatory environment for marijuana," he added. And I believe that by allowing private clubs, it doesn't speak up to that value.
Right, but alcohol, which he supports 100%, is on every freaking corner.
And there are private clubs to consume alcohol all over the place called bars.
Exactly, everywhere.
So against that backdrop came a raid on POTUS Club that took place on Saturday, April 18th. The venue's bud tender, Chris Jetter, posted a portion of the arrest report on his Facebook page. We've included the screen capture below, but a summary notes that around 3:15 p.m. that afternoon, a pair of officers, quote, acting in an undercover capacity in plain clothes, under audio surveillance, and issued pre-recorded currency to purchase illegal marijuana, turned up at POTUS. There, one of the officers purchased a membership to the club, while the other, who was already a member, went to the bud bar to buy cannabis. He wound up buying approximately 6 grams of Maui apple from Jetter. Poor Jetter. After paying his $25 membership fee, the other officer did the same. The total cost $60. But at that point, the second officer gave the predetermined bust signal, and members of the Denver Police Department's Vice Narcotics Bureau swept in to serve a search warrant. Jetter and another man were taken into custody, charged with illegally selling marijuana. The report concludes, quote,
"And the streets were safe again."
Yeah. At no point did either arrested party ask the undercover officers for a red medical marijuana card, and the establishment is not a licensed marijuana business.
Well, that's why they didn't ask for that, because
it's a private club. Didn't have to. According to 9 News, 3 others were cited at POTUS. That brings the total to 5. And the station reports that another 5 citations were handed out at Grassroots. I saw, there's a cool little video from Grassroots. What I saw was that Ryan Ruga from Grassroots is planning on suing about this to establish the right to have a smoking club. And I believe they're going to be doing some sort of fundraiser thing for it, from what I saw on Facebook. We should get him on the line.
I tried. I already
talked to him.
He said he has to talk to him after they get through the lawyer stuff.
Sure.
Definitely come on board.
Cool.
Crazy.
We'd love to champion that fight.
And that is exactly what I was thinking, which is like, okay, they're just going to push people too far. Everyone's going to start stacking up lawsuits against them. They're going to look like fools when they try to like explain themselves. They're going to be like, so we know it's a field day for the lawyers, which is awesome. So hopefully, a couple of people combine forces even, and then they have enough budget to take them down, because that's the whole thing, is they'll grind you down just on the money side. They'll be like, well, all right, keep fighting, boys. But I think at this point, everybody knows there's enough money to be made in this industry, and like it's all safe. It's basically just harm reduction, which is like, come on, guys, it's the most easy thing to defend.
If you want to shut these down, then you're gonna have to shut down all the Lions clubs. You know what I mean? A Lions club is the exact same thing.
Yeah, I mean
Except it has alcohol.
And they're open till 4 in the morning, or even later, 6, whenever they want.
And they've been around like 80, 100 years.
Sure.
You know what I mean, like,
and what's the
And
cost-benefit analysis of giving out 5 citations versus like launching an entire undercover investigation?
Yeah.
Like, what's the price?
Yeah. And
over
on top
like
of
a
that,
few tickets.
It's just a
Stupid.
hey, go
And-
fuck yourself.
right. And on top of that, how much money they could have made on that night if they let people do exactly what they're going to do anyway.
I read an article. I don't remember the exact verbiage, but it said something along the lines of the Cannabis Cup for the past 3 years has been the largest grossing event for Denver, Colorado.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and pull that news story. That's a good news. That's a good one. I got to apologize to the listeners for being so low energy today.
Come on now.
It's a long week.
Yeah.
10 days.
Yeah.
You got a new shirt. You got a new Top Dog shirt.
Yeah,
so that's
I don't have
pretty-
my XL one. This is my large one, so it'll work until I wash it.
Right.
So it'll either be too tight or stinky next time you see me in it.
Nice. Or both.
Or both, yeah.
Probably both.
Probably both.
I don't
But to
imagine.
my point on that little comment, why Mitch was pulling that story up, it's just like, this is a huge grossing event for Denver, Colorado, and for the past years, Denver PD hasn't really been enforcing too much there, and then this year they just went, very strong, and it's I question why. They don't want a bunch of people come here thinking this is, wild Amsterdam or whatever, but this is a legal state, and that's the largest grossing event they have. All the hotels sell out and everything else, so it's pretty hypocritical.
I didn't see any enforcement going on at the Cup this weekend.
There were
Cup was
definitely
fine.
cops
Yeah.
walking around, from what I heard. With
I heard there
cameras
was
and shit.
I saw fire department guys walking around every booth looking for God knows what.
I saw a few dab bars being told to shut down.
Oh yeah, by
But,
who?
Jefferson County,
Adams County.
Really?
PD or Adams County PD.
You
yeah.
saw dab bars getting shut down?
Yeah.
Really?
Not in an official capacity, just more or less a strong suggestion.
Wow.
And when they got the badge in your face,
I suggest you fuck off.
yes, sir. Well, I think those very same dab bars were open by day 3 again. It was just one of those things. They came and they told them to shut it down.
Stop until they leave.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they were telling everyone. I guess no one else has anything to talk about, so all news.
Come on, news. What about Michelle fucking...
That's my first one.
Michelle
That's my
Cunface.
first one.
Ooh,
Yes, and I'm looking it up right here.
see where it has been.
I got number 2.
dropped.
I got number 2 on her highlights, actually. So,
Oh, the news came unplugged. Sorry, guys.
oh man, one more
Here
time.
it comes, here it
Here it comes. We can't do without it.
I know. Marijuana activist cheer Michelle Leonhardt's exit from the DEA.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is in Bloomberg, too, not just like a weed news source. Advocates hope that outgoing Chief Michelle Leonhardt will be replaced by someone who is more open to studies that show marijuana is relatively safer than other drugs. Drug Enforcement Agency Chair Michelle Leonhardt was done in by her agents' unsanctioned cartel-funded sex parties in Colombia. But it's marijuana legalization advocates who are excited to see her go.
Hey,
That's for sure.
Moral high ground for once.
this never works in our favor. We're gonna get excited. Oh, this crazy bitch is gone. And we're gonna get someone who's even worse.
That
I don't think
often is how it works. But
Yeah, it could be, but he'll be in a shit show if he kind of comes in and tries to be harder than
They
her.
don't
It's not gonna
care.
work. It's not going to work. But yeah, I got number 2 here. When an industrial hemp flag was flown over the Capitol, it was
What?
the lowest point of her career.
that's true. That's
Quote unquote.
Hopefully this is a
Glad to be
sign
part
that the
of that.
Reefer Madness era is coming to an end at the DEA, said Mason Tvert, the director of communications at the Marijuana Policy Project. Michelle Leonhardt has maintained an opinion about marijuana akin to the opinion people had back in the 1930s. As Bloomberg reported, Attorney General Eric Holder said in a statement that Leonhardt will step down in May after a Department of Justice watchdog report found that several agents were involved in inappropriate behavior. And a majority of lawmakers on the House Oversight Committee voted to express they had, quote, no confidence, end quote, in her leadership. Given the chance, marijuana policy activists who opposed her strict opposition to both recreational and medical marijuana would have voted her out several years ago. Now they're hoping for someone who, like President Obama, is interested in a more science-focused response to drug policy. Well,
They don't have a link to that Jared Polis of him just crushing her, do they?
well, they have this here. Days after Obama in January 2014 told the New Yorker that marijuana is safer than alcohol, Leonhardt reportedly criticized his comments and said that the lowest day of her 33 years in law enforcement was when a hemp flag was flown over the nation's capital.
Ta-da.
Dun, da,
Don't let the
dun.
door hit you.
Made
on
by
the ass on
Leonhardt
the way
staked
out.
out her
my
stance in
mom.
marijuana science in 2011 when the federal government ruled against reclassifying marijuana. Currently, cannabis is a Schedule I drug, as we know. In a letter to petitioners hoping for the reclassification, Leonhardt said she, quote, rejected the request because marijuana has, quote, a high potential for abuse and no currently accepted medical use and treatment in the United States, and lacks accepted safety for use under medical supervision. At the same time, research has shown, of course, that marijuana is less lethal than other drugs and offers medicinal benefits for a variety of conditions.
And they patented the use
Yeah,
of
and the government.
So it's like one of those classic hypocritical.
I think it's a classic, spy agency. I think the DEA is a domestic spy agency at this point, but it's a classic spy agency thing to be like partying in Colombia. It's like an episode of Archer. Hookers and blow in Colombia.
80s
Woo!
movie.
started
Or
watching.
Wednesday for me.
Right. It's inappropriate behavior for some people is the key point.
Hey, is it Earth Day today? Is today Earth
Hell
Day?
yeah, it is.
Oh shit.
Here, I got some
Earth-
seeds
it's
for
Earth-
seed
Earth
bombing.
Day. Earth Day. Yeah, you got.
The world is my ashtray day. It's tomorrow.
Perfect. Who made that one up?
Oh, that's an old bumper sticker I saw.
My mom used to say that.
Your mom sounds pretty cool.
That was one of her quotes I thought back in the day.
That's an old ace. The world is my ass.
Yeah, back when she was a really heavy smoker.
When she was really into cigarettes.
Yeah.
She was really into cigarettes.
Yeah.
People just smoke.
No,
I
no,
don't think
some,
they get
you
into
can
it.
get
Like,
really into
Hey,
cigarettes.
hey, let's go news! In the grow.
Colorado lawmakers start work on marijuana refund proposal. Colorado lawmakers started work Wednesday on a proposal to ask voters to keep some of the $58 million in marijuana tax collections. So they took more than they were supposed to, and now they're going to ask us to let them keep it. Colorado voters already approved the taxes on recreational pot sales in 2013, but because that ballot measure didn't account for a quirk in state law related to the new taxes, the money will have to be refunded unless voters again approve the 10% sales and 15% excise tax. Colorado voters approved the taxes the first time by a 2-to-1 margin. The new ballot measure has broad bipartisan support, with lawmakers calling the measure a do-over of what voters already approved.
Not a do-over. They're going to keep the fucking money.
Here's my thing. Is like they can't undo the legal weed, even if we undo giving them the money. I'm just saying that's the win-win for us. I'm throwing it out there, guys.
Well, is my the way I was to understand it was that a large portion of the taxes were supposed to go to the schools.
Yeah, they did.
And
Oh wow, incredible on the Daily Intelligencer. Boom. Nice. Sorry, I got excited.
News.
Incredible.
Incredible. My one. Not.
Mine.
All right. Sorry, Jason. I got excited.
No, yeah, I was just saying. I was thought that there was supposed large portion of the tax collection was supposed to go to the schools, and I know it
40
does.
million? How much?
But-
I don't know.
I don't know.
4
I haven't seen the news stories or any media coverage on. We have the best schools in America. Or any of that. And
No, that
now
hasn't.
they want to keep this capital or whatever. Well, it's like, well, show me what you did with the money that you
We
got.
did have it for a minute, for even before years. Right when I first got here, Colorado had, quote, it was this, quote, smartest state with the most amount of people going on to secondary education.
And then everyone else moved here.
Yes. At that point, it was the thinnest state with the least amount of obese adults as well.
No, I think they slipped down to like fourth or something like that.
Yeah.
Still
And then-
highest per capita cocaine use in the country, though.
Which is weird because it's not like
Crunchy drives up that per capita number.
Oh, you're part of your
Trap.
You're a big chunk of that.
Per capita is one of those weird average things. You know, all of us do no coke. One dude does a lot of coke.
Well, and also there's not a lot of people here, so that makes the numbers really.
Right.
I blame Aspen and Vale. And
Yeah,
I blame the nouveau
definitely.
rich.
hey, let's go news.
New York Magazine, Daily Intelligencer. It's 420. Do you know how mainstream your marijuana has become?
Wow.
From its decidedly inauspicious beginnings in the late 70s as a code for some pot-loving teens in San Rafael, California, 420 has moved from an annual day of protest for oppressed stoners to a near-official holiday for weed aficionados around the world. But as America's approval for marijuana legalization and culture rises, and corporations like Miracle-Gro manufacturer Scott's take an interest in profiting from the drug, in the future, it remains to be seen how the celebration of 420 will evolve further still. John Heilemann remarks on the cultural arc of pot smoking in the holiday, which he's pretty sure is only one, quote, whose celebration requires, in 46 states at least, the commission of a crime. Yeah, we like breaking the law to celebrate. He says the mainstreaming of 420 as a phenomenon is but one reflection of the vast social shift that has taken place around marijuana in the past decade, and which in turn has enormous political and legal implications. According to our latest Bloomberg Politics national poll, fully 58% of Americans believe pot will be legal nationwide in the next 20 years. Our recent Quinnipiac poll of 3 swing states found slim majorities favoring the legalization of weed altogether, and majorities in excess of 80% in support of legalizing it for medical use. In a professional lifetime of covering politics and watching this issue closely for various idiosyncratic reasons, the only shift in public opinion that I've seen that's been comparably dramatic is the one about gay marriage. Both have been driven and will continue to be driven by demographics, by the fact that for most young Americans, both same-sex marriage and consumption of cannabis seem benign and unremarkable. In the case of marijuana, the engine pushing America towards legalization is also economic. As more and more states discover the revenue-raising potential of regulating and taxing weed, the logic of legalization will, I suspect, become increasingly ineluctable.
What?
Ineluctable.
What is that?
Little social change I saw was Boulder allowed to go back on Folsom Field.
Yeah, City of Boulder allowed it. Was anyone around for it? Or was everyone at the cup?
They got sick of picking up the dead fish or chicken shit, whatever they spread on the field to keep the kids off.
That damn kids. Is it really fucking hot in here? I feel like I'm sweating.
Nope, it's you, Mitch.
I might have a fever.
They used to get crazy up in Boulder, though, if you recall. I don't know if you guys know. They used to, like, take pictures of people, post them on the fucking internet.
And offer rewards to ID
to
them
rat
or
them
whatever.
out and shit. People puffing the 420 on the football field. It's like,
Do you know this criminal?
And yet now, then they shut it down for, like, 3, 4, 5 years. And now this year is the first time they opened it up. And I'm interested to see the shit show that was down there.
I didn't hear anything from Boulder.
Yeah, I didn't hear a word.
Must have
either.
been great.
Yeah, if you didn't hear anything, it probably went great then.
Right.
Yeah. Or nobody showed up. Everybody forgot it wasn't still
It's
banned.
a good time. They don't. It's not news.
That's what we like to say. So, all right, we're through news.
Are we?
Yep.
Cool. That was it.
Back to
All
weed.
420? That wasn't much.
That was painless.
Well, we just did it on Monday.
Right.
Not like
right.
a lot of news happens between Monday
True.
and...
That is true. Forgot about
We
all
had
that.
one day of news to develop. That was it.
We're going to read cup winners?
I guess we'll do
That's
that.
some news.
All right, times.com over here. They have it on their internet website, right?
You should.
Just go to their Facebook page. It's right there. Or their Twitter as well.
Yeah, the best was when that one show live streamed the awards from the
That one
stage
show,
in
that one
LA.
time?
Remember that?
I remember that.
Do you remember it?
I remember it. I remember that.
I don't.
No, you don't. Of course you don't.
I was saying, this felt like San Bernardino 2.0.
It looked just like San Bernardino.
Why
when
did
we
it
walked
feel like
outside.
that? I felt like we were way more organized and together. Best
No.
Colorado Sativa Flower Ghost Train Haze, Green Man Cannabis. Second place, Sweet Silver Haze, Rocky Mountain High. Third
was
place,
ours?
Pootie Tang, Starbuds. Isn't Pootie Tang Phil's cut?
I believe Pootie Tang is a fill.
Best U.S. Sativa Flower, Ghost Train Haze number 13, which I did not know was one of the numbers released. Second place, Adam,
Tell me.
what you guess? What always
Sage.
takes second place? U.S.
Oh.
Come on, Sativa.
Not my weed. that's
No,
for sure.
no, some,
Cookie something?
no, veganic strawberry cough.
Oh, sorry.
By Buds and Roses, L.A.
Yeah, good job.
Third place, the Green Crack, entered by a dude named Christopher Stein. Shout out to Christopher Stein.
For real.
Best Colorado Indica, the Louis 13 by Green Man. The Colorado Bubba by MMJ America Boulder. The Black Fire by Doc's Apothecary in collaboration with Ethos Collective. U.S. Best Indica, Granddaddy Purps by Herbal Healing. Kosher Kush by Green Wolf LA. And Da Vinci OG by Green Wolf LA. They cleaned up out there. Yeah.
They crushed it.
Best Colorado Hybrid Flower, Kong from All Greens. That's Joey. They're Joey's brother. That's good.
That's good, yeah.
Star Killer by Green Man. OGKB Cookies, MMJ America Downtown. Best U.S. Hybrid Flower, TST Cookies by Green Wolf and Top Shelf Terps. Cali Kush Farms Emperor Cookie Dough by Green Wolf LA taking second place. Mega Wellness OG, the Weed Wellness Earth Energy Dispensary with Nameless Genetics.
They were our neighbors. They were our neighbors next in San Bernardino. They go to the fire. The Weed. Studio City, I believe, if that's the same people.
Yeah,
Kush Company.
I don't even know.
If not, they go fucking Dinkweed.
Wow, Best Sativa Concentrate, Strawberry Lemonade Live Resin by Crockett Family Farms with by Dabalicious. Brendan processed it, nice. Second place, Wonderland Live Resin, Green Wolf LA with Dabalicious, Crockett Family Farm, and GC Rebellion Farm.
Year of the Live Resin.
Tangy number 17, Gold Coast Extract taking up third. Best Indica Concentrate, Crown OG Sugar by Green Wolf LA, Nature's Lab Extracts, Crown OG. This stuff is like such white and crystal you can barely see it.
Auto Butter
Yeah,
winning cups.
A lot of this stuff is really white this year. It's like a lot of crystally white stuff.
Space Valley OG Fresh Frozen by Pink House with
Crunching, getting all
Incredibles.
excited.
Kush Company OG Live Resin Batter.
Somebody
Kush
told me they
Company
were
with Nature's
snorting
Labs
it
Extracts.
in California.
It looked like freebase, some of it.
Best Hybrid Concentrate, the B Mega Wellness OG, Nameless Genetics with The Weed of Studio City. Second place was the Crown OG Crumble by Green Wolf LA. Who are those guys? We need to be friends with them.
Green Wolf
because,
LA?
Yeah, because
No,
clearly they crush.
They crush it, yeah.
And finally, Skywalker OG by Dab Vader, Vader Extracts. Taking third, Non-Solvent Hash. That one dude that we beat up had the non-solvent kit, and here's the thing. He must have held out all these, because I did not see Cookies and Cream Cuban Tech Dry Sift by Exotic. I don't know that I saw Strawberry Benangi Land, 120 to 73 micron trichome heavy extracts with GC Rebellion
I saw one of
Farms.
those.
Green Wolf and
The
DNA.
first one was really stuck to had the proper, like, all right, let me see that. Oh, it didn't move. Oh,
Yeah.
that's good. Oh, it
Well, I'll tell you,
pressed
hard.
itself.
Exotic
Okay.
Genetics clearly cleaned up. They took the first place. Second place went to a rosin entry, it looks like. Third place was the Kimbo Kush Cuban Tech Dry Sift.
Wait, who did second place? Who made it?
Jibs.
Okay, that's right.
And then third place was the Kimbo Kush Cuban Tech Dry Sift Cuban Hash Queen with Exotic Genetics. Best edible, the Bubba Kush Root Beer. That stuff's good, but it's not that good.
Yeah,
Second
just
place,
Keep
the
Cola got it.
Affogato Bar.
They got a new bottle. That's why they won it. Because I think it's like 60% is judged upon your packaging.
Oh, and
And
edibles.
they get that new Coors Light aluminum
Yeah.
bottle packaging.
Affogato Bar takes second. Third place, the Orange Creamsicle Dream Pop Sacred Sweets with Trichome Heavy Extractions. Best topical,
Collabs everywhere.
Angel Salve.
Cool.
Second place was the Highgasm. That's really funny. The Highgasm has silly names. There's just the Highgasm kind. Then there's Coconut flavor and also Blowberry. So
It's not coconut?
no,
it's
that's Coconut. That's spelled out.
Coconut.
Eat that?
And then of course third place. Third place.
I make my own anal loop. Thank you.
Third place topical Foria, of course. Best CBD flower Tora Bora by MMJ America.
Here's a topical story. while we're
Second
on
place,
topic.
the Nubia.
What?
Hold on, let me finish them out.
You have a topical story?
Yeah,
okay,
related
go
to
ahead,
this.
Go ahead.
So at the judge's house, when we went to go pick up our judge packs,
Wait, you were a judge?
I judged.
What did you
You
judge?
broke my neck to get
Dun,
the
dun, dun.
Okay, we'll
non-solvent.
admit it.
So this old timer that I happen to know, he shows up. He's like, "Yeah, Danny asked me to judge," and he shows up, and the guy goes to get his bag. He comes back, and he's like, "Yeah, you're gonna be judging topicals," and the guy's face just dropped to his knees and opens a bag and says, he didn't say anything, and he said, "How am I supposed to smoke these creams?"
Awesome.
They ended up hooking him up with some weed, of course. But,
That's a lame. That's a lame thing.
everyone who judges should have to judge one edible and one topical.
But then how is he going to compare?
It was the best one I had.
No, you rate it 1 through 5 with quarter points in between, so 1 through 20 essentially.
All right.
So you rate your own score.
It's like, how many things can you rub on yourself?
For real.
I have an answer.
Yeah.
There's actually 57 people watching us. This is shocking to me.
Why? Because we're so swag?
Well, we're pretty swag.
We're not that swaggy.
Swaggy.
It's after the cup. They want to know what's going on. They want to know
I mean,
what
we
happened.
just
If you feel how you feel, imagine how they feel.
We're all
Fair
crushed.
enough.
Uh-oh. I just saw Pinsky drive by. I swear
No
to God.
way.
I swear
I
to
hear-
God.
I
No
I
way.
swear to God, I just saw him
Listen.
drive by.
No way.
Yes, he's going to try to push his way in
Lock
here.
the doors. Batten down the hatches.
This is going to be hilarious.
Oh.
This will be hilarious if
Avasky.
Pinsky walks up in my studio. That's going to be fucking real funny.
Really?
Game on.
Hide your jars, everybody.
Yeah, hide
Yeah,
your jars.
I already
Pinsky's
did.
coming.
Hide your jars. Hide your children.
He's like the boogeyman of fucking weed.
Yeah, that's an accurate representation.
That's angry. That's not Pinsky, Adam.
I swear to
Pinsky's
God.
See
parking.
Pinsky out there angry?
No.
A nice shirt.
Yay! And then
Didn't
he's
even
gonna come
call
in
each
here.
other
And then
this
he's gonna come
morning.
in here to see you guys wearing those shirts.
I know,
He's
I
gonna be
know.
all proud of
JJ's working with me now.
Oh, JJ's coming here?
No, Pinsky's coming here,
I
supposedly.
swear, you can't miss the Purple Rain.
You heard that thing
Purple
come
Ra-
around the corner.
Purple Rain just rode past.
He was
It
just
turned
he was
off.
just clocking us. He's not coming.
You think he's just
No, he
clocking?
killed it.
I think he's just clocking.
I'll bet he comes rolling right up.
Good talking with you on that.
So we got Angry in the studio.
Angry at studio. Apparently, Pinsky's going to come up in here.
Apparently,
Apparently.
we're a full studio, and then who knows? Maybe AJ will be back. It'll be full. We'll be right back.
Was he riding on the back of Purple Thunder with his hands around Pinsky's?
No, it was Purple Rain, by the way. He named it Purple
Whatever.
Rain. So
All I know is
His
that when
bike is named Purple Rain.
Nick rolled up in the ADSI for that brief, like 10
It's
minutes or whatever
purple.
he was there,
it's
Oh, I get it.
Crunchy gets it.
But no one should equate themselves with Prince unless they're Prince.
well,
That's
yeah.
true.
No, AJ named it, not
Not Pinsky. It's even better.
Oh.
AJ named it Purple Rain.
Perfect.
Oh, because AJ knows Prince. He cleansed himself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
How about you and your crew versus me in the revolution?
Yes,
Yes.
exactly that. So
what else do you wanna talk about?
You missed half the cup, actually.
I missed more than half. I missed more than 2/3 of the cup. I missed half of the day we were there and the other 2 days.
You missed almost everything, actually.
I feel like
Someone tell me what happened.
you should talk about ADSI and correct me if we can't.
And we certainly can. And
as
what
far as
what I'm going to
who
do right
entered
now.
and what was entered in the full list of all the badasses in the room. Or I don't know
Oh,
if that's
he
a
is
confidential
here.
thing.
It's true. It's not a myth. I thought Adam was fucking teasing me.
Yeah, dude, he's got the scope on the
I can't miss.
Sure.
I can't miss.
He was like,
Purple Rain.
Pinsky's here. Oh, my laptop just died as I was going to post those ADSI brackets. So I'll read them on the air.
Yeah.
Come on.
You have no charger.
Tut. I think I did this on the other show, but I'll do it again.
No.
All right, so I'm going to read down the list of entries. There were 32 entries in the first round of 16. It was Joshi entered the Massimo. Doc from Archive entered the OGKB Cookies. Bubba entered the Imperial Kush. Warren Sweet entered the Kenny fucking Powers and ended up coming out of nowhere to semifinalist of that one. Strain Man entered Faced Off OG. DeVillain from Elite, I think it was his headband. He didn't write down what it was, but he likes his headband a lot. Allison from Boulder Wellness entered the Be Well Kush. 2 entered his Punch. Golden Coast entered his pre-Amsterdam Skunk #1. Garrett Duffy, who ended up semifinaling the Super Silver Sour Diesel Haze. Gabe Faroff, the Larry OG. TJ's Gardens entered the Purple Kush. Nika and Zaba, of course, entered the Ghost OG. Nestor entered his Tropical Golden Ghost. There was another word in there, too, but I can't remember. It wasn't going to fit. Fuji entered his 92 Kush. Corey entered the Skywalker OG. Richie, of course, entered his Screamin' OG. Matt Riot entered his Pink Mars. Some dude, I don't know.
Some
Just
junk.
like from Michigan. I have question mark. It did beat something else, but I don't know. It didn't win it. Thankfully, it didn't win. Otherwise, I would have had to put question mark on a trophy. Midnight Roots Sour OG. United Roots entered their Star Tonic, which was a Star Dog Canatonic cross. AJ, of course, the Sour Diesel. John Nifros, the Flaming Cookies. Ron Cabrera, the Skywalker OG. Rob Carney's Hash Plant, of course. Your Bruce Banner, Jason. Andrew entered the Beazle. Pinsky entered the Guava Ken. JJ, the Nigerian Haze. Irox Flow OG, which came into the finals. OT from the East Coast entered the Catskill Grape and Gray Skull. entered his skunk dog.
Who probably traveled the furthest.
Furthest traveled.
Furthest travels.
This is outdoor Hawaiian herb. There you go.
Which was Bomb.
Bomb.
Did you have Rob Carney in there with the HP?
Yes, I had Rob Carney with the HP. I read the whole lineup,
I
Pinsky.
just wanted to make a special.
You got any of that? Because I didn't get to taste it. I heard you got a bunch.
None of us got to try that,
I was
actually.
gonna say, that HP from Rob Carney was really
Yeah,
special shit. Yeah,
that's I would assume so.
yeah. Well,
You'd rob your own mother for it.
yeah. Well, or Rob. I'd rob for it, essentially. But yeah, you want to pay special attention to Rob Carney and that HP. It was
I would love to if there were some for me to smoke. Looking at you, Pinsky. Don't stick your tongue out. Pull the jar out of your bag. I got a bag full of jars too. But I'm not pulling any more jars out. Last time I pulled jars out, stuff walked away. So the cool thing you haven't seen the brackets with everything labeled. Well, no one has.
Yeah, I saw it this morning on Facebook. Yeah.
Did you follow any of the routes through? It's pretty cool to see who beat who and then who got knocked out by who and then still.
I look at it like an NCAA bracket, like seeding. Like literally,
Exactly.
you got a 15 on a 2 or a 16 on a 1, but it wasn't done like that. It was done totally random. With cards.
Right.
But still, you look at them sometimes, and it's like, whoa, major upset here. Sometimes.
It still has that kind of feel, and we could have seeded it. I think next year we may seed it. I just didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, that's kind of a hard thing to do. Like, who gets the number 1 seed?
Well, you do it based off this one.
Yeah, Nika
that's
gets
what.
the number
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
and
exactly.
I rock number 1 on the other underside.
Exactly.
I like that. That's a good idea.
And then you just go again.
Big up to.
It was pretty cool that the OGKB cookies got knocked out by Joshy and then beat Bubba. There's cool internal stories or something would get knocked out. What was that one? JJ knocked you out, and then he ended up getting knocked out. I don't remember. There was one good story. I forget.
At least one good story.
There's a few good stories. Well, how about this fact that the Skywalker Ron entered got less far than the other Skywalker. That's a great story to me.
I mean, and again, that's what we kind of were emphasizing.
That was sort of the
Did
idea.
they go head to head?
They didn't go head to head. I'm going to look and see if they competed against any of the same stuff though.
You know, the most common thing I've heard since ADSI was everybody's ready to go again. They want to
maybe
they
have
wanna,
get another harvest under your belt, guys.
But everybody wants to get this next crop ready to go, plan it out. This one kind of came together quickly, so we kind of just grabbed what we could grab.
Part of the theory was if you're really,
I'm gunning for it.
Yeah, now everyone's
I'm coming
for it.
Nick.
Our theory was that if you don't have weed ready for 420, you're probably not on point.
Right. The first idea we should be able to call, throw them on the table any day of the week, and if you're really the king, you'll be the king any day of the week.
Good point.
But especially on 420. Come on.
Sure.
Yeah, we thought 420 was kind of a good go-to sort of day. We should have weed.
Well, now
ready.
that we know what's happening, 420. Yeah. Oh, I'll be bringing the heat next year.
And we're gonna announce probably other dates to kind of because we can't wait a whole year to do this again. We have to do this somewhere else.
No, I think we're gonna do
Barcelona.
We're doing Barcelona end of August.
You got any info on that? Anything you want to tease on it? You know much?
Actually,
did you get some info?
I did.
Tell me, because I don't know it yet.
Well, I talked to our people over there, and they're saying that
it's not really gonna happen.
No, what's really awesome about it is that they kind of gave up on trying to structure it really hard because you know how it is in Spain. Everyone just wants to party, right? So he said, you know what? We're just going to rent a nice spot and do it for a weekend, and we're going to make it into more of a party combo. And I was like, well, actually, we got the structure.
Yeah, we can bring the structure.
We'll bring the structure. You bring the party and the location, and we'll make this shit.
So now we just need the European growers.
Yeah, and then we need to reach out to all the people in Europe right now who anybody listening to the show, obviously. That you need to just make your way down to Barcelona.
Bring that fire, though. Don't be bringing the seaweed that Ricky told us about.
It will be literally right around the 1st of September, I think, because to make a actual date. Because I don't think August is going to work out. So I think first in September, right before
the 14th is my birthday.
Wow, could be a pre-birthday. I don't think we're going to go that late. So pre-birthday, how's that?
And then how do you feel about doing one in Denver in October?
Well, we could bring the winner back straight away, and then he could bring that actual fire hopefully it's, the reality is we know it's going to be one of us coming over there to win.
No.
Yes,
there's good Euro growers.
There's good Euro growers, but you just know how it rolls. People are going to be so pumped up, plus they're going to Europe, so they're going to be bringing triple fire.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to hang. The time difference, I don't know.
Or maybe do a regional.
Because what we didn't have this tournament was any TKOs. That's a rule that we didn't get into. But if you were to fall asleep at the table,
you're done.
You're TKO'd. You're out of the. I don't care if you're in the fucking lead.
Well, you know who fucked it up was AU Extracts. Fucking Tanner dabbing in the whole damn bus out. Actually, me specifically. And
your taste buds there? Overstimulated them?
Thanks, Tanner.
Thanks.
That was
Tanner.
ridiculous.
Don't blame Tanner.
He's at the MED right now.
Getting his license.
Signing, getting all that shit.
To do AU extracts here in Colorado, or?
Down south.
Oh, nice.
3,400 plant count. Killing it.
Killing it.
Nice. Greenhouses, everything all the things we are sort of telling people that it's going towards, he's got.
He's got it. Cool. He's going to be making the Mexi Brick Pack right here in Colorado. That was my thing all weekend, is that Mexi Brick Pack will soon be a reality because there's such an excess in the market now.
Yeah, I
and
know.
stockpiling.
If it's good weed and it's well cleaned up and it's it's pressed properly and treated well, I think it could be great.
Yeah, there's going to be a point where there's going to be a storage issue. There's going to be a storage issue, and they're going to be like, wait, where are we going to put all this weed we can't sell? We got to compress it and shove it back in that closet. And the return.
If you nitrogen packed it and sort of get it proper.
If you did.
I would.
I think it'd be great. Like a haze, a block of haze would be the shit.
You would buy a block of haze?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, compressed hash plant, just all
fuck.
cut in slices.
Because it actually preserves
like
it.
halva.
It's a little bit of a preservation in itself because it's like not getting any air.
It's like rosin.
Things to it.
Yeah, just need a really big straightener.
Oh, someone posted like on our page like, hey, are you guys going to print ADSI shirts? I would totally buy one, etc. And someone else commented, all T-shirt presses in Denver currently in use for rosin. That was a good one. But where do we have ADSI shirts?
We did. Where did they go?
Do they have the ADSI logo, or they were just the show logo?
No, we just did show logo. We didn't do ADSI.
We'll do it. We have a logo. People want to buy them. We'll do pins. We'll do shirts. We'll do hats. Maybe not. Grassroots might be a little busy.
I don't know about the hats parts, but we're definitely going to be getting some swag, some
Pins.
swag.
Pins. How many pins do you think showed up to the cup this weekend?
I was super.
How much weight in pins was there? Ton.
I want to get.
100,000
I want to get one of those
40
giant
million
car
pins.
pickup magnets and wave it over the cup, and everyone's caps go. Whoop, whoop.
They just have like a whole area they have to walk through.
It's good, right?
As far as hat pins, are we counting the weight of Ty's hat? Because that totally skews the numbers, man.
Angry doesn't get that you have to talk into the microphone.
It's okay. Microphone.
I like inside jokes on the radio.
You sound like an irrelevant ghost.
No one gets it.
That's what I am.
That's what I am, an irrelevant ghost in this room.
Ooh, Windows 98.
Bicycle, you're way too fucking quiet.
So besides all the
Shit
upsets,
all the time. I'm right here talking.
what about the food at ADSI? That was pretty dope.
What about the food at ADSI?
That was worth the whole.
Well, don't ask me. I asked Jason. I ate at the end because I was a host. As a guest.
That's the first time I ever had those donuts in my life.
First of all, though, yeah. Well, I can speak to the donuts. I can speak to the donuts.
The donuts, they were the best. That was the highlight.
That was
Damn right they were.
I'm starting.
I made every single donut.
Hey, I'm starting in the order that shit was served. First of all, the donuts. The first time I ever had that shit was awesome. So who was
Glazed
that?
and Confused.
That was Glazed and Confused. Bike made that happen, or did Nick make that happen? One of these guys made it happen. Both of them together.
Good shit.
And then the courses started flowing from Crunch.
There we
shit
go.
was just ridiculous.
That was terrible.
It was.
It was
awful.
It was
Took a weed nap
awesome.
halfway through.
What was funny
Chicken
is
was uncooked.
when you throw Crunch in the kitchen,
Salmonella.
and you put him in a room full of 70 badasses or whatever, he doesn't even look up. He's just fucking in the zone. The kid is just a machine in the kitchen, and he was just course after course after course, and I don't even see him puffing. And the guy's just a machine. Big ups to Crunch. Food was incredible.
Yeah, I think I smoked less that day than any other day
I ate
I've ever had.
I ate a tiny baby crab outside of an oyster 2 times, like right out of an oyster. Did you eat one?
That was a long day.
One of the oysters I brought home
crab?
even had a baby
I don't know
crab.
if he gave me the baby crab. I don't remember that.
That sounds like a
oysters,
euphemism. Did you give him the baby crab?
Baby crabs.
Don't give him the baby crab.
You didn't give me baby crabs, did you?
Here you go, baby crab.
Oh, thank you. The baby crabs, they were in like maybe 5 of the 150 oysters.
Nah, dude. I got one oyster I took home too.
What? You stole? There was 5. You had 2.
Oh.
So you're trying to tell me.
How was that other dish that you took?
The chicken that was infused with butter. One of the pieces was not as infused with butter, but one of the pieces was too rich to eat more than 2 bites of.
It was butter poached chicken. That's disgusting. I
What
replaced
about the bus ride? We talk about the bus ride at all?
The bus ride was epic, right?
It was.
We missed that.
Yeah.
How do you guys?
Talk about the epic bus ride.
We made it about
Well, first we didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, so we went down to get some waters, which is great. Adam jumps off, grabs a bunch of waters for everybody because we couldn't see inside that bus to your neighbor because this is how we do it, I guess.
Yeah,
and
you
then
didn't want to see. You didn't want anybody to know where they're going. That's
No.
obvious.
No,
the whole bus was lined in hemp too, which is pretty dope.
Yep.
So it was all hemp lined.
You're like in a
bus.
hemp tent.
Hemp tent.
And then I believe we proceeded into the intersection and immediately broke the fuck down.
Yeah, we didn't get very far. Well, we
went around the corner to get water. We were driving. I was inside the bus. I didn't see you.
It didn't even matter. Everybody was having a good time on the bus.
And then miraculously, my friend Das calls us, and he's like, he is like the bus fairy. I mean, he looks like Santa.
Yeah. So this is the crazy part to me. Adam goes, "Don't worry, I called Das." I was like, "Das has a bus too." He's like, "No, Das can fix buses. Das is the guy who makes." As far as I know, Das, he's just an old guy who sells hemp ice
I
cream.
didn't call Das. Das called me. That was
No
the crazy part.
way.
That was the crazy part. Like the bus broke down, and then the phone rang, and it was Das, and he's the only guy in the world that I could imagine. It
So
would fix
I know
anything.
Das is this hippie dude who sells hemp ice cream, and Adam's like, "Oh, don't worry, Das is on his way." And I'm like, "Oh, awesome, Das. Was he gonna fucking carry us on his ice cream cart?" So we're sitting there on the bus, blazing. I'm vexing because we're on our way to go meet, and Pinsky and AJ and those guys are all driving up because they're too cool for the bus.
That's what I figured.
They're too cool for the bus.
He was already like loading food into it on his bike and filling up all his saddlebags. Like, this is a week's worth of food at the sour dog's house.
I didn't take food. I only took weed.
Yeah, we know that.
Oh no! You took a microscope too, buddy. You didn't only take weed.
No, that's just a rumor. Just so you know.
That's just a rumor.
Just for TV.
Well, one did go missing, but
we're too short, buddy.
No,
We're too short.
I found the second one.
You found?
Because we had one here and one there.
So we have four
total.
So I got one, you got one. So there's one missing. Okay.
Well, I mean, you might want to talk to your asshole friend about that.
It's in the sour camp. It's in the sour.
I was a witness to the vicious headbutt that AJ gave him over said microscope.
No, well that was the other. That was when it was here.
There's multiple microscopes.
So all I know is the bus is broken down. I'm freaking out, worried that all the food's going in saddlebags. And Adam goes, "Don't worry, Das is on his way." Next thing I know, I see Das walking on the bus, looking like a mix between a gnome and Santa Claus, and he sits down on the bus. And I'm like, "Oh fuck!" Adam invited Das to the party. That's what happened here. We're not getting anything fixed. Das is coming to party. So I'm like, "Das." He made me get up, and I went through the sea of people and said, "Das, we need you to fix the bus." And he said, "All right, let me get settled." And then he went out, and we're looking at stuff. The dude plugs the battery meter. We're looking at it. Nothing really happening. We like plug it into this dude's house, a random guy's house that we'd broken down in front of. We like our shit plugged into it. Nothing really happening. And Das is like, "I think this happened." Whatever. He's explaining how the find particles of something are separated by paper in the battery. He's explaining how batteries work. Next thing I know, bus dude Zach walks around back, opens up that hatch back there, and it just starts.
No, it was, and then it never died after that. It was a good gear grinder. He needs a new clutch, basically.
And then as soon as that happened, it was like 1 and 2, first and second, were a little hairy there, but
no, it was good fun though. That bus.
It was probably 30 minutes real time, stoner time, maybe like quick bowl, quick.
Did it seem long? Did it seem?
No,
it didn't. It seemed like an eternity to me.
Of course, every second was like.
Oh, come on, we're fucking 20 hours late. And then we got there, and it was like, I pretty much figured we'd end up here around now anyway. Well, the weather was wild because it was like a shitty snowstorm, so everyone showed up late. But the best part was once it was like towards the end, I think you saw it too, Gray Skull, was from Hawaii, is like standing with his face pressed against the glass, looking at the snow coming down, like tripping. And I was like, "What's going on, bud?" Because he showed up in a basketball shirt and shorts. That was great, like a jersey and shorts.
That was another thing.
Matt Riot also.
Yeah, right. That was another thing that was crazy. Is the weather took a shit for 3 days just for the cup. I don't know why.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
But it actually was pretty decent on the weekend. It cleared up.
Yeah.
Every year it does that, dude.
Actual 420 was kind of crappy again. So
yeah, you're right. Every year it does do that.
That's how it works.
To the day, because I know from holding my own events that it dumped on the 16th last time. Same thing.
That's how it works every year. Yeah.
Like it was just weird out of nowhere, and the weeks before were awesome. You know, so
it's just called spring in Colorado.
But the cool thing is, it keeps all the hash really stable when it's cold out.
Hey.
Everything's shatter when it's 30 degrees.
That's right.
It's true. Big ups to Genelise for helping with ADSI.
Dude, Genelise is the only reason that this bracket is not like a bunch of questions. You see, there's only one question mark on the whole bracket, and then that same strain. This whole thing would be question marks and fucking.
Yeah.
We would have been there for hours.
She held it down for sure.
Nick as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, Nick and Bike were
and we had
handy
CC and
dandies.
everybody running back and forth.
CC was busting
CC,
tables,
Yeah,
fucking.
moving. So I mean, it was
our whole crew
full
pitched
team
in.
effort.
Me-
in the Dunn show.
Nick and I bumped into, I forget the guy's name, whose house we were in.
Andrew or Kyle? Well,
The
it was Andrew and
shorter
Kyle.
one.
Blonde or dark hair?
Shorter of the two. Andrew. Okay. And he said he woke up the next morning and was unbelievably pleasantly surprised at the condition of the house.
Yeah.
He said if you had that number of people in a house drinking, which he has many times, the mess and damage would be insurmountable compared to what it is.
Sure.
If that was my house, I would have had everybody sign the wall.
And what's also trippy was the fact that or not even trippy, but just obvious, was that the bathroom was always open. There was never a line.
Yeah.
There
was
never
no
anybody
huge
where-
amount of puke in the bathroom.
Like, you know,
Right.
normally it's just like that's
Non-stop
everyone's
piss
favorite
flow.
room, you know. So thank you, weed events. See, if you have weed events, you don't have to deal with all that bullshit outside. So.
And the other great thing was, I mean, everyone got out of there, no problem, no accidents on the way home.
No neighbor complaints.
No neighbor complaints. Yeah, if you had that, I feel like that was such a tight space. Like if there were a fire chief has no say over how many people you have in your house, right?
Yeah, they can.
Really? Well,
Yeah, they can say whatever the fuck they want. Just
Especially
get
with
you
the
shut
neighborhood
down.
association.
I feel like we were in excess of that for sure.
Triple.
Oh yeah,
Easily
in
true.
that
If
room, but not in that
not
house.
more.
In that room, in
Because
that
we could have
room.
spread it out if we had the downstairs room.
I'm
Right.
surprised that they didn't get called just on the amount of smoke pouring out the front door every time somebody went
A
outside.
little out of control, yeah.
It was,
House on fire.
it was awesome, though. And I like the fact that it was a flower appreciation day basically for all these people, and we went pretty long. We went like 12 hours or something like that, right? Pretty much more. Yeah. And it was.
It was a long day.
It was like at the end you got that. You definitely had that, like in Cheech and Chong where all the Mexican guys were all super high and he's not high and he's like, this shit ain't shit. And it's like everyone's like, oh, it's kind of like that. I looked around because I didn't really smoke as much because I was running around too. And I was kind of like,
Doing shit.
everybody looks so fucking high. Like I was looking around like, that was like,
I was
okay.
surprised at how high some people got. I'm like, man, you're a pro and you can't find the soap on the corner of the sink. Hey, bro, there's no soap in the bathroom. It's
What
right
about-
there. Oh shit.
What about after parties? Anybody have a good after party going on? I
Oh,
mean,
we-
Bruce Bannerbolt was cool. I said
Bruce
moment
Bannerbolt-
on that. That was
Bruce Vanderbilt, I didn't even go inside like for more
No,
than
because
more
it was
than a second.
it was super
I couldn't-
funny now to know everything that happened outside.
Yeah.
But from our perspective, and I'll let you retell that. From our perspective, we're just chilling on the bus and like I don't know, it seemed like stoner time. Every 15, 20 minutes or so, someone would run out and be like, "Are you guys okay?" And we're like, "Yeah, well, what's going on? Everything's cool." And they'd be like, "All right, well, don't go outside for a little bit."
There's about to be a gunfight.
Well, there was definitely a bunch of people wearing colors and fucking
The kids
flashing guns.
buddies. The kid didn't show up though. He didn't want to get his tattoo from Matt Riot. He pussed out on that.
That was,
Yeah.
that was bad.
I got to call the kid out.
I was
He didn't
gonna
show
get
up
it.
for his tattoo.
But you got it right.
No, I did.
Yeah, I
We couldn't
thought
find a
you-
place to plug in.
Ah,
no,
I
yeah.
was totally gonna get it.
Not only did the kid not show up for the tattoo, he didn't show up on the one like biker appropriate event we've ever. He could have been walking
Right.
around with his village people
MC
empty
was doing
vest.
security on that one. He could have worn his cut there.
I don't think it's called a cut when you don't have any colors on it. I think it's just a village people vest.
No, yeah, the Bannerbolt. I mean, it was your typical punk show. Everybody inside, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think
had
it was
a
your
great
typical
time.
punk show because your typical punk show in Denver draws like 150 people. That thing was
Yeah,
packed.
it was pretty full.
It was packed.
And I say I like to thank everybody that came down. That was cool. One bummer is everybody was invited, included Denver Vice, so we couldn't exactly do everything we wanted to do. But
Well, we could.
yeah, but we made it work.
Rat-dat-dat-dat-dat.
Say,
Trap.
pop-up seed bank always prevails somehow, some way.
The pop-up seed bank will not be stopped.
Exactly.
Keep your eyes.
It is a
out.
force of the people.
But yeah, the other after party that I went to, Cypress Hill, Cervantes, was really cool.
Did you go to that?
Yeah, that was really cool, and the Chances was really cool.
Dude, you know what fucking sucks?
What?
I did not even like say what's up to the Super Troopers guys.
You did not once.
No.
They were asking for you.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Mitch was slaving.
They're gonna be on the show
Slaving
next
pop
week.
up.
I was trapping hard.
We're gonna be on the show next week. We believe we're gonna try. We're shooting for
Ooh, that'd
it.
be
Talked
nice.
to I talked to them. They said I talked to management. Said get them on the show.
Well, the management loves us. I've talked to the management.
Sure.
But the troopers themselves, once, because they didn't come on our bus. And then so we took the bus there.
I know.
And then once we got there.
Yeah, everybody was on them.
Right.
They were really cool guys. They were really humble, and they were chill. I liked them a lot.
Yeah, seemed pretty
I
cool.
also met Cheech there first time I ever met Cheech. I work with Chong a lot, but I never.
Dude,
met
that
Cheech.
was kind of crazy
and that
because
was
no
the weird
one
part is-
mentioned that Cheech was coming.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Really?
He just showed up.
Everybody was like, Cheech is there right now. And I was like, oh, shit.
No. That went around. Once he got there, word got out.
The
But
funny part was that I kind of thought that somebody had misquoted and said that Cheech was going to be there. I was like, oh, you mean Chong? And it was like, I saw him walk by, and I was like, that was Cheech.
no, we were just standing out there, and someone was like, "Is that Cheech who just walked in?" I was like, "Yeah, I guess it was Cheech who just walked in."
Yeah,
Wow.
and then I kept hearing Chong, and I'm like, I know Chong got on plane yesterday.
Yeah, he's
saw
not
him
here.
off. He's
Yeah.
not here. But then Cheech walked by. I was like, what the hell? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. That was really cool.
I mean, again,
Dude,
it
what
was
if
sort of
Cheech
the
and
same-
Chong are the same person, and that's why you never see them in the same place together anymore?
He got a lot smaller.
Yeah.
You know what else came to the booth that was cool? Warren Sapp.
I heard Warren Sapp was supposed to come to the party.
Yeah, he got on stage with Snoop. So Snoop took precedent,
Oh,
I guess. He's sending me videos and stuff. Like
wait, you're buddies with Warren Sapp now?
Sapp are homies now. Apparently, yeah.
No.
Go back with Warren Sapp like
show
Cadillac
you
seats.
the vids.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, he came by the booth and that was pretty cool.
Get his ass on the shelf.
I was call him right now. You want to
Call
him?
I got you here. Wait, hold on.
What up, Warren Sapp? This is Warren
He
Trap.
won't be able to hear us, though, right?
He won't be. No, you know what, Jason? Let's not do this.
I don't know if we should put him on the air without notice. If you TMZ, him,
that's
Warren's
our-
having a bad day on TMZ today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Why?
he had a little fun at the Super Bowl and had some ladies of the evening with him, and things just didn't quite work out.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be on the air.
Usually it works out all the time with ladies of
isn't
the
that
evening
right?
for me. I'm like 25-0.
NFL Network didn't like that, so they fired him. So
Oh no. Well, the Adam Dunn Show Network has an opening.
yeah.
Here we go.
Wait.
Warren Sapp, you know how to do what the kid does? Does he? I know he grows.
I don't know.
You use Build a Soil. Tell the
Yeah,
people.
I was really bummed Jeremy wasn't there.
Tell people how good Build a Soil is.
It's pretty good.
Actually, Bike, tell people how good Build a Soil is because you smoke a
It's
lot of
awesome.
his
Yeah, I
weed.
smoke his weed all the time, and I see the difference for sure. I taste the difference for sure. And I feel the difference. The nugs are really they feel like they're not going to fall apart on you for a long time. They last.
Organics. That's why I was at the top of the ADSI. All organics.
That's I think that's what my favorite thing about ADSI was that like
That and the-
reinforced
and the
like
315,
Colorado
and the 315.
organics 315 the three things we've been saying for a year prove the concept in a blind
It's
test.
not a secret, or it's organics. Go see Jeremy build the soil. That's the way to do
There
it.
you go.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. And of course, Dark Horse Genetics, man live in the flesh here.
Thank you.
Did you enter? Did you
No,
enter?
we couldn't do shit this weekend. we just
Gave away
chilled and
t-shirts?
passed out- Yeah, we just chilled and passed out shirts, and we had Chong come. Thanks for Chong coming down. Thanks for everybody coming to the booth and saying hi. Dispensary, or I'm sorry, MIP dispensary opening soon. Hopefully, I hit a few snags, but we're still in the works.
Because Bike and I are
we're
definitely going
hammering
to come
through.
buy weed from a vending machine.
Oh yeah, we want
Yeah.
to check that out.
We're hammering through some of the issues we're having.
We'd be the
right
first
now. We will
people
be
to
there.
do it.
Yeah, can you?
Yeah, I
Can
will
we,
let you cut the ribbon. I
Yeah, we'll
guarantee
be
you.
Really?
Yes.
Adam, you hear that? Ribbon cutting?
Yes.
You never cut a
bring
ribbon.
a
I've
eh?
never fucking done a ribbon cutting, but we'll do it for you.
Yeah.
Get giant scissors? We get giant
Uh-huh.
scissors.
No,
No, use a
giant
sword.
dabber.
Gonna burn it off?
Giant torch.
Torch.
Dabber or
Yeah,
something.
cause fire. Burn the
Oh, big
banana.
trim scissors. We'll get big fiskers.
And that's just Denver. as
We're just gonna
always.
get
Please
giant
check out
fixtures.
LA. Check
Make
out
them?
Seattle as well.
What's going on in Seattle?
Yeah.
Seattle.
Yeah,
Man,
that's
I'm
what a lot of
in
people
the
say.
mood to just like get real. Seattle, a bunch of bullshit's going on up there, dude. They got this 502 or 550 whatever just passed. I don't know exactly what it is, but I mean,
About getting rid of medical.
yeah, they just got rid of medical, made everything go wreck. And essentially, what that is that's their HB 1280.
Is that in effect already now?
It's gonna in 2016, I believe, or it's gonna have to start by July of 2016. They got to get it going. So everybody who's medical either has to convert rec, and what that essentially means is you need to build out just to a CO, ADA, 2009 building code, all that stuff, just like they did in Colorado. So to me, it's essentially HB 1284, looking to shut 60% of the dispensaries down by making it go rec. And I think that's bullshit.
Well, how hard is it fucking the patients is my big question.
Well, because of what they tried to do is clear up some of the taxes, because the taxes were way, way high. They taxed you 3 times down the line, and now
Oh, just like we do here.
yeah, and now they're trying to make it a one single tax out there. But under the guise of that, like I say, it's a bill by a billionaire who hired a bunch of fucking lobbyists who, powered the shit through. And there's a bunch of people trying to block it. I just disagree with it personally. I just think that it's medicine. You don't need to call it all rec or whatever. Bring the taxes up. It's the problem out there is probably something that we're seeing here as well in Colorado, where the medicine is on the med side, Most of these dispensaries out here will take their best meds. If they're a rec and med, they take their best meds and put it on their med side because that's their return customers, that's their people. They put their shit on their rec side because it's their out-of-towners come in or whatever.
Right.
All these rec stores tend to hurt because, I mean, if you have the opportunity as a local resident, you're going to go save some money on the taxes and all that stuff and go get the better herb on the med side.
Right.
So the solution this asshole came up with in Washington is I'm just going to, spend a bunch of money and ban all the med stuff and force everybody to come buy my shit on the rec side. Because they have either or there. They don't have dual, so they can't shift it around. So, yeah, Seattle's a bit of a shit show. I just feel like they're 2009, Colorado. They're a little bit behind us as far as what we did to clean it up. But they need to clean it up.
That was more of a backdoor sales thing in 2009, right?
Yeah, and this thing, like, medical out there is highly unregulated. So you can just have a warehouse with no CO. You can just vend off to the streets. You can do however you need to do it. It's similar to California. And California is a complete shit show, but they're smart because they see the regulation and they're just like, well, that's never going to fucking happen here. They're never going to do it. I mean, we have stores all three of those places. The difference between L.A. and Denver is straight up L.A. tried to pass their Prop D measure, and that was supposed to limit the dispensaries to 130 dispensaries. And Denver tried to pass HB 1284. Everybody in Denver said, yes, sir, we'll play ball.
Right.
Everybody in LA said, fuck y'all, and opened 1,500 more dispensaries in the face of it.
The 12 million people voting in there versus a million people here.
Right.
It's a little bit harder to...
Yeah.
Do you know the populations of all major metropolitan areas in the U.S.? How'd you do that?
Hoping no one was going to call me on those bullshit numbers.
There's the population. The population of LA is the population of Colorado. It's 4 million people. If you do the surrounding.
Well, there you go, Mike. Way overestimated.
Close enough.
Dude, that 5-hour
That's
energy
Los
is doing
Angeles.
nothing for you.
I wouldn't even be sitting up without it right now.
Energy.
I'm doing great.
You're not doing great.
Thanks.
In your own words.
Twisted mind.
All right, Dunn, it's your show.
Tell me.
I don't know. Your name's on it.
You're the main guy out here. I just collect all the accolades. That's my deal. I'm an accolade catcher.
Get it. Catch him.
Yes.
Do it.
Well, we don't have any calling capability because we got kind of crippled here.
I'm fucking here.
Look at you, crippled. Crippled.
Dude, it feels really hot in here. Maybe I have a fever.
I'm sweating.
It is hot? Okay.
I'm fucking know. I think I'm smoking.
There's no heat on, so don't.
You do feel warm, Mitch.
Okay. We all
Wow,
agree.
you're going down in front of us?
Oh, right in front.
This could be a great episode. This episode
Ooh, the spontaneous combustion episode.
I was obsessed with that as a
No,
kid.
get that open. Me too. I bought a book at the supermarket about it.
obsessed
And
with
I was
it.
like, they have a
Dude.
book at the
Aren't you?
supermarket about it.
Yeah.
It's got to be legit.
Well, like,
Were you obsessed with that?
Angry, can you prop the door open,
Spontaneous
please?
human combustion? No.
With that
Really?
mic stand.
the 14
Can't
times,
talk to you anymore.
Yeah.
I guess.
No?
If you're not,
cryptozoology,
come on. You must have
atmospheric beasts,
been. Were you?
Weird New Jersey?
You don't even know what we're talking about?
Erie, Indiana,
Come on. You know what we're talking about.
spontaneous human combustion.
There's too many people talking.
Wait, Nick, you don't know what spontaneous combustion is?
Oh. Fringe on that shit.
Yeah, I did this weekend.
Wait,
No.
What?
Didn't that
Pinsky.
happen in
People
Spinal
just
Tap? Wasn't there a
explode.
drummer who spontaneously
Yes.
combusted into a pile of ash?
I
On
think you're right.
That was in Spinal Tap, I think.
Oh, it was Spinal
But
Tap.
it's real
Yeah,
life.
But it was a movie, so
No,
it probably
Spinal Tap.
It
happened.
really
But it happens to like businessmen in hotel rooms, according to this book I got in the supermarket when I was a kid.
Not just business.
Sure, I've seen
It
images.
happened to a lady once.
Old lady.
It happened to poor
One
people.
leg, like a leg left. She had like
Yeah,
one
like
leg.
blue
Blue collar
legs in
workers
front of us,
are
yeah.
immune.
I loved spontaneous human. I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Oh, dude, I was
When
hoping
is this
I would
gonna-
do it.
I think Monty Python did a bit on that as well.
Did
What
they?
about Weird New Jersey? Do you know what Weird New Jersey is?
The
Adam?
whole thing.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Weird.
just say New Jersey, and you're saying the same thing.
What are you saying?
It was a magazine, Weird New Jersey. Pinsky, you know
They
what
talked
Weird New
about.
Jersey is,
Well,
right?
they talked about the stupid Jersey Devil. or
No,
whatever.
I don't know
like-
about Weird New Jersey.
It was.
though.
It's, you can still get it. They make it for every state now, I believe. They expanded. It started in New Jersey, and it's like a monthly or it was bi-monthly, and just like crazy places that you would find, like the old castle in the woods, like really creepy. What the fuck is this weird castle?
What
Or
exit is that off of?
Thank you,
what
Mike.
exit? Yeah, exactly.
You almost had me for a second. Or like the abandoned
Oh, yeah,
asylum, and they would like people would write up how to get there.
Midgetville, cool places like that.
What? There's a Midgetville?
Oh, so Adam.
Branch, that's a- remember the haunted house in Long Branch?
Zero. And that's that.
What was that?
Midgets are not pleased.
What the fuck?
I like how we started talking about it. Spontaneous combustion and
What
just
happened?
stopped.
Are we off the air?
Yeah, we are definitely off the air. That was the craziest thing that's ever happened.
What happened? The computer just exploded?
Did somebody unplug us?
I split my pants a little bit. I'm not sexy.
No, that shit's still on. The computer turned on.